Is this real? Hold up. Darth Fentanyl. Luke Unemployed Outfit. Goth Ray. C-Freak-P-O. Jar Jar Freaks. You can't use freak twice for this bit. So this is 75389 Dark Falcon. It is a set that's not particularly based around canon Star Wars media, but instead is part of the Rebuild the Galaxy mini-movie special. LEGO has done a couple of these in the past with the Freemaker Adventures and the Yoda Chronicles, where LEGO develops an original story of some sort and then releases sets ahead of time to generate some hype for spin-off media. Personally, I couldn't care less about Rebuild the Galaxy other than the fact that it has managed to revive Jedi Bob and give us some very interesting Legends Star Wars material like Redeemed Vader. We honestly have very little to go off of since the actual animated special won't be dropping until early September. So for the rest of this video, I'm not going to get too caught up with the Rebuild the Galaxy story and how this all ties in. I know there are some mixed reactions about this set because it's not part of anything officially canon in the Star Wars universe, but honestly, you gotta admit the entire concept of LEGO just absolutely letting go of the canon limits and embracing the fact that it's a children's toy is just so on brand for them. I hope these end up in store displays somewhere because I feel like for some Star Wars fans it's going to be admittedly a very hard sell. They might be in the mindset of collecting sets that are only in canon. I still can't tell if the story is going to be something like they know they are toys, kind of like in Toy Story, or if it's going to be more like the Freemaker Adventures, where they're just in some sort of extended alternate universe. Regardless, this series got essentially an inverted Kessel Run Falcon, and I'm all here for it. As for the actual ship though, I really do like the colors of it a lot. I know I have some bias here since my channel colors are partly red and black, but seriously, this ship looks so awesome in person. The Falcon's build does seem to be pretty similar, but not identical to the 2019 Falcon. They kept a few things like conjoining parts of the roofing together, but they switched to a really terrible hinge with a 3L bar system that feels really flimsy and certain parts of the roof get caught together. Besides that, I think the internal details are great. It's a fun playset that doesn't take itself too seriously. You've got mundane things like the ship control panel, the Sith throne, some beds, and some sort of storage container, which I'm sure will probably become more relevant once the actual show for this set comes out, as well as some of the more odd things like Luke's surfboard, a video game console with a TV, some sort of jail, a satanic enchantment table. Wait, what is that? Yeah, I guess that's another thing we'll figure out later, but as far as for my guesses, it's gotta be for something like casting spells. It's where the hyperdrive is supposed to be, and I guess it runs on the tears of the people who bought the Venator just for the Captain Rex minifigure. I mean, this entire set is based on glup shitto mentality anyway. Whoever thought of the idea of putting unemployed Luke with Jar Jar Freaks honestly deserves a raise, and they voodoo doll choked and spit on a little. Did HDR change my script? Why is this in here? I told him to proofread it. As for the minifigures, I've been really having a field day with them. I like the Bounty Hunter C-3PO because it's got this whole mangled appearance as if it's running on some sort of viralized Sith technology. I feel like in a way it's special because I'd class it in the same league as Jedi Bob, because it's such a killer OC character with a fun design. It also makes me question if Anakin made him and he ran away. Why did he run away? Why is he a bounty hunter? So many cool ideas to explore in a potential OC story. Then there's obviously Darth Binks that was based on a meme that was born in the early 2000s where some unhinged fan created a theory that Jar Jar Binks is actually some sort of evil mastermind who is no better than Palpatine and orchestrated the most criminal things against the Republic. Darth Ray is pretty cool too. I don't have too much to say about her other than after doing a little bit of surface level research, she apparently had quote-unquote Sith lineage, which basically meant she was more likely to have become a Sith, but fought those odds in canon. Always cool to see a what-if representation of her. Same with Redeemed Vader, who has some sort of a Legends explanation for him transitioning back to the light side instead of dying on the Death Star. So where have I seen this one before? Well, Luke kind of looks like the dude from The Big Lebowski. I don't know if this is intentional or if they're trying to land another reference like a surfer dude, or maybe they just wanted him to look literally unemployed, but that's what I could get out of it. Regardless, it's another cool little alternate mock-up that fits with the theme of the rest of the minifigs. The last one is, Well, this guy. I don't know too much about him, other than he's supposed to be the antagonist to the main character and is like an alternate version of him, which I guess makes sense in a way. Personally, I think it would have been cool to do something like this, where I just swapped the head from Queen Amidala and used a friend's hairpiece to make a Sith version of Queen Amidala. It matches with the redeemed Vader, and I think in my own personal headcanon, it fits pretty well. Also, there's conveniently these breast line details here that can be used for both female and male Sith. Overall, there's a pretty strong lineup of minifigs that I just really don't see repeating in other sets later down the line. It's too bad Redeemed Vader is already getting scalped for insane prices. I think it's probably the best minifigure in the set though, so I guess that's to be expected. I just hope LEGO is willing to do more of these types of novelty sets more in the future. There's just something about the color scheme and concept that makes this set feel more like a child's idea more than a really far planned out, hyper detailed, lore accurate set. That's not a dig at the Dark Falcon though. I truly want more of these types of sets to come out in the future, but as far as I can see, that's definitely not happening, at least for the rest of this year and next year. Anyways, that's all I have for now. I'll see you guys in the next one.